The device that I am discussing today is the Refreshable Braille display. The Refreshable Braille display is assistive technology that aids individuals with visual impairments to read any text in Braille. The target population for this device includes people with visual impairments in work and school settings. The Refreshable Braille display looks like a computer keyboard, but in actuality is a device that transfers text from a computer, tablet, or cellular phone to Braille cells that allow visually impaired individuals to read by touching it. Braille cells, which look like small squares on the display's surface, are similar to keyboard keys, except they have small, dull, metal or plastic pins inside, either in 2 rows of 3 for 6-dot cells or 2 rows of 4 for 8-dot cells. Electrical energy creates pin movements according to the characters in the text. The individual using the Braille display runs their fingers over the pins to read the characters. A refreshable Braille display works similarly to a computer. Individuals can scroll up and down a page using up and down buttons, or move throughout a text using forward and back buttons to read and reread. Refreshable Braille displays have a rechargeable battery. They can be hooked up to any computer, tablet, or smartphone that supports Braille displays with a USB cord or through Bluetooth. Most modern Braille displays are wireless, which is helpful for people who want to step away from their computer or lounge on the couch and around their house reading their Braille display. iPads, iPhones, and the iPod Touch support 16 brands of Braille displays. Many Braille displays come with calculators, screen reading capabilities, and note-taking capabilities at an additional cost. Even without additional features, refreshable Braille displays come in various prices depending on the size. Displays that have 18 Braille cells can cost up to $2,000, and the prices go up to $50,000 for a half page of Braille. As you see here, the Alva USB 640 has 40 Braille cells and costs $2,695 without a warranty or additional features. If you're a school professional, you would need to pay an additional price for trainings. Overall, the Refreshable Braille display seems to be beneficial for those who prefer to read in Braille. 30 people with visual impairments were surveyed about a Refreshable Braille display with 96 Braille cells, similar to the one shown here. The individuals in this study were between 10 and 33 years old, and they all knew the Braille alphabet. When they were surveyed, the usability rate of this device was found to be 97%. Students with visual impairments were also interviewed about their use of technology throughout their educational experience. All 12 of the students interviewed stated that they would advise other blind students to learn to use technology instead of relying on paper Braille. There are some obvious issues with implementing the use of a refreshable Braille display in the classroom. One is the cost, as $50,000 is a hefty price for an assistive device. There has also unfortunately been a decline in support for teaching Braille to blind children and adults, so less individuals are literate in Braille today. Battery life of the device typically lasts around 10 hours, but can fluctuate just as with any electronic device. Usually, battery life decreases with age, so that is something to keep in mind when you're using the device in the classroom. This device is helpful for reading text in the classroom. However, teachers must have preparation time before the lesson, as the text needs to be scanned onto the computer in advance for the student to read the text on the Braille display. It's been shown that non-visually impaired readers comprehend text better when they actively read it rather than just listening to it. This leads us to believe refreshable Braille displays are a beneficial alternative to books on tape or text-to-speech software for visually impaired learners. Although the price of a refreshable Braille display is high, it's inexpensive compared to the price of brailing a book. In the bottom right-hand corner of this slide, you can see a person reading a brailled version of Harry Potter. In the research study previously mentioned, a college student complained that one of her biology textbooks for a college course would cost $8,000 to braille. In that case, it makes more sense to utilize a refreshable Braille display and simply scan in pages of the biology textbook to read. The Refreshable Braille display allows students, as well as adult employees, to do tasks such as note-taking during a meeting or class, as well as reading text messages, the news, or books. And it gives people with visual impairments the opportunity to read a variety of texts, instead of being dependent on text-to-speech software. Since this device increases access to text for visually impaired individuals, it is an important piece of assistive technology.